Hi, welcome to the inaugural episode of the Hollywood Smash, presented by Smash Entertainment. This is your weekly rundown and recap of all things Hollywood, from music to film to fashion and everything in between. I'm your host, Morgan. Stick with me for the next 20 minutes and we'll give you everything you need to know on Hollywood news and beyond. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe below. So let's catch you up with what's happening in the box office. Probably the biggest Marvel movie yet to date, coming out, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Already projected to sell out in theaters, opens December 17th. Spider-Man: No Way Home has been rumored to supply a plethora of cameos, including Jamie Foxx, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. Tickets are in short supply, so if you want to be one of the first to see the third film in this trilogy, you'll need to move fast. Up next, one of the most anticipated follow-ons in movie history. Coming up December 22nd, The Matrix Resurrections, bringing back Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss. The Matrix Resurrections, starring Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, also featuring the return of Jada Pinkett Smith. This begins the trilogy anew with a brand new storyline, a brand new Morpheus, and a brand new Agent Smith. This time, the mantle of a young Morpheus goes to Yahya Abdul-Mateen. And speaking of film, our next guest's most recent project, a horror film, The Retaliators, sold out in LA, most recently won the Best Film Award at the Orlando Film Festival. We have the one and only Mr. Rob Schwartz coming to you next.
This road to the left is unlisted, but it looks like if we take it down a few miles...
What are you doing? I think we hit something. Jericho?
Mr. Bishop, Detective Sawyer. Sarah was found with her hands zip tied to the steering wheel.
Tell me you have a lead or something.
I promise you, I will find who's responsible for this.
I'm gonna look too. Job done and some.
That's not a good idea, Mr. Bishop.
I need to find out who did this to my daughter.
An opportunity I was once given. And I'm gonna offer you that same opportunity. I've got the guy, John. I tracked down surveillance tape at a gas station.
Dad?
Disappointed in you, John.
Where are you going, Daddy?
You don't need to worry about that, honey.
Out of anyone, I thought you'd appreciate my masterpiece.
Please let me stop.
You need to be sure. You can't turn back after crossing this line.
We are back and we are talking to Mr. Robert Schwartz, who is the man, the myth, the legend. He's been in the industry for 11 years, music, entertainment. We are so happy to have you here today. Just really interested in all of your work and want to kind of know, how did you get started in this business?
Well, I've actually been in the industry most of my whole entire life. The distribution's been 11 years. But how I got started was right out of college. I worked at Polygram Records and put out Jay-Z's first record, stuff, some
Right.
Artifacts.
Awesome.
My Lifetime with Blase, Jay with the Damager, Dougie Fresh, Beanie Man. And then from there I went to I moved to LA to become a songwriter, worked with some of Babyface's artists. And then from there came back to the East Coast, fell into finance, hated it. And got back into music. I started a website 20 years ago, 2001, called whomag.net. And it was one of the first hip hop websites to feature original video content. And then from there, that was 2005, I dropped a DVD magazine. It was the first DVD magazine that hit Walmart's, Targets, Blockbusters, and Netflix. Is the first hip hop DVD and Netflix. From there, I launched a TV show called Who Mag TV, which aired 120 million households overseas, brought it back to the US, was on national broadcast for a long time, 86 episodes, 3,000 interviews later.
Wow.
And then, left the day job, and I started my distribution company 11 years ago, Who Mag Distribution. And now we have 1,700 records, got a Grammy, multiple #1 Billboard records, the biggest names in hip hop, R&B, and all genres of music. Do movies, do a lot.
You're all over, you're everywhere. What do you think the biggest difference between the music and the film industry is?
The biggest difference between the music and the film? Well, I mean, here's the thing. With the music industry, you're dealing with artists. With the film industry, you're dealing with actors. But the thing about it, with the music industry, a lot of it is I'll deal most of it by myself. With the film industry, you need a solid team. It all depends on your team. You got to have solid people around you because you're limited to maybe 30 to 45 days to do a shoot. So if one person brings the whole thing down, you got to get rid of them. You got to figure out how quickly to move. And it's got to be super cohesive. With the music industry, it's a little more relaxed. But as far as financially wise, they both are thriving. You know, you may hear things like, there's no money here, there's no money there, but there is. You just looked in the wrong places.
Very true. What would you say out of all the accomplishments, like the one that you're the most proud of in your entire career?
If
there was one specific thing.
If there was one, it's that I have 1,700 very happy artists I distribute.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I've done a lot of stuff in my lifetime, and to me, making people happy and working together and having a solid team that respect what we do, because as much as we respect them, that's not too common in this industry. So I love the fact that I have an amazing team. I call my distribution artists my family. We do parties together. We do events together.
I love that.
We do things all over. And that's, to me, the most important thing to me.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about the NFT space.
NFT
You're
space.
doing a lot with that.
Yeah, we were the first music distribution to launch NFTs. We call them the Hoomies. We actually made physical copies of them too, because a lot of people didn't know NFTs and we launched them. So we made our own we took 10 of our artists, we made NFTs out of them. And they were selling $1 a piece. They're selling up to like $1,000 a card right now. Some of these cards are selling for
wow.
$1,000.
Yeah,
So,
I was looking at your website earlier, and I'm like, this is really interesting for people who don't know anything about NFTs. Can you kind of explain a little bit about what that is and how one might go about getting involved in purchasing or buying, that kind of thing?
yeah, well, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, is pretty much digital images that are encoded on the blockchain in a decentralized network. So basically, they're just cards that have that. It's like buying stock. You know, I mean, it's a piece of paper, you know, but technically it's a piece, you just buying something to a company and hoping the stock goes up, the stock goes down. NFTs are based off of the artist, and it's also backed by cryptocurrencies. Ours are backed by Wax. After we did it, Wax went through the roof, which was great for us. But it's basically, you can make anything to an NFT. You can make images, you can make music into an NFT along with it's attached to an image. You can make video clips, sell them online. And if you have a fan base, people will buy it. If not, it's going to be out there with 75 million other ones that don't.
Right.
Yeah?
No, that's awesome. So what can we expect? What's coming up for you, for Rob and Humi? What's the next big thing for you guys?
Every day is something new. You know, I love what I do. I left, you know, I'm lucky enough to wake up in the morning. I get a bunch of emails. I decide whatever I want to do is what I do. We have a lot of NFT stuff happening. We always have amazing new distribution artists coming through the pipeline. I own 3 music TV networks, so always pick up TV shows and content for our networks. There's always something amazing happening in our life over here at the Humag family. So tomorrow, I can't say what happens tomorrow besides what happens 10 years from now, because it's always going to be exciting, and it helps drive the culture and makes everyone happy.
Okay, so Rob, everyone's going to want to know. We want to see that Grammy. We want to see the Silver Plaque Award. Tell us all about that.
All right. So what we have here is the Grammy. The way the Grammys work, you get one award, everyone else gets a certificate. So we distributed the record. So here is our official Grammy certificate.
Wow.
You know, which is kind of cool. It hangs up on the wall. We actually won for Best Children's Album. Believe it or not, it's Mr. Rogers. We distributed
That's
Mr.
awesome.
Rogers. So yes, that's kind of cool. As far as the silver plaque, one of our labels, MDI, distributed MC Breed featuring Tupac. This was the silver, which is 100,000 copies of "Gotta Get Mine, Gotta Get Yours."
Wow.
So that's that. I know you were asking about the Jay-Z record before.
Yes. You know the people want to hear about anything about Jay-Z.
Here's the actual original CD and the original cassette. You can see it's got the whole
Wow.
promos back in the day. They used to punch the holes in it, so you couldn't sell it legally.
It's the vintage stuff, right?
Yeah, this was re-released later, but this is, you see, if you're looking back, promo use only.
Wow.
But this they re-released it later, but this is the original on Payday. This is when I worked at when I was at Polygram in 1995, and I showed you the bumper stickers, all the promo stuff, the flyers, and But yeah, it was distributed Jay-Z. A lot of records at ILS distribution through Polygram back in the day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rob. We enjoyed having you and listening to all of your information that you've had to tell us today. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. As always, my name is Morgan. I'm your host on the Hollywood Smash, presented by Smash Entertainment. Thank you so much for joining us for our inaugural show. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. And as always, you can check out more at smashentertainment.com. At Smash Entertainment, we cover all things entertainment, and that includes us. Be sure to see our feature film, What Death Leaves Behind. You can check it out on Amazon Prime, iTunes, Vimeo, Vudu, Google Play, and YouTube Red. In fashion news, the amazing South African designer Hanifa recently showcased her inaugural debut in DC, a New York-style fashion show. She currently has a fall collection that, in her words, is a direct embodiment of the past, present, and future of Hanifa. It distinctly marks the evolution of the Hanifa brand and where they're headed. We'll be catching up with her for an upcoming interview on the Hollywood Smash. And there you have it. Thanks for being part of our inaugural show of the Hollywood Smash, presented by Smash Entertainment. As always, I'm your host, Morgan, and we'll see you here next week for all things Hollywood and beyond. Also, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe below. See you next time.